Hi guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review and comparison of the Shure MVL and the Rode smartLav Plus. Now I'm going to be looking to do car reviews on TotallyEV. That is my car-centric website, and on my YouTube channel I'm going to be looking to do some filming. As such, I wanted the best lavalier microphone that would be very much compatible with my Zoom H1N and alternatively my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Now in this video I'll be comparing the two lavalier mics in terms of their sound quality, in terms of the general packaging contents that you get. Now both microphones can be found on Amazon UK and US and indeed other countries as well. They're pretty much the same price tag depending on where you live. In the UK I found the Rode mic is slightly cheaper, whilst in the US the Shure mic is slightly cheaper. They're around £50 to $70 respectively. If you're interested in purchasing, the locally link in the description below will take you to your localized Amazon store. Now before proceeding, if you are interested in car-centric reviews or articles or news, do check out my car-centric website TotallyEV. It'll be again linked down in the description below, and of course you can see it on your screen right now. So without further ado, let's get into the comparison. Now first off, what you get in the box of either of them. Now the Shure is on the left, the Rode is on the right, as it might be obvious. But first off, the pouch. The pouch of the Rode in my opinion is a little bit better. It just feels a little bit softer, a little bit more malleable, and it just seems quite nicer. Now I'm not sure in terms of longevity how it's going to do in terms of the stem, but I just personally prefer the one from Rode. Now in here the Shure one it's just a bit more thicker, so therefore I don't know if you're going to be chucking it around, maybe the Shure one will be better for longevity, but in terms of portability I prefer the Rode. Now it's worth bearing in mind there is also a small little cable tidy kind of velcro thing over here which is included with the Rode. This is actually quite useful because it allows you just to tie in the cable. I know this seems very trivial and very small, but I would have liked to see included with the Shure. Now as for the mics themselves, they're very much similar, apart from the fact that the Shure mic is a little longer. It's around 20 centimeters longer in terms of overall length. Both of them are terminated by a 3.5mm jack, which is a straight jack, as you can see over here. Now these will be compatible with your iOS or Android devices. If you're going to be like me and plugging it into your H1N or a recorder, then you're going to need an adapter. So in this case I bought the Rode SC3 adapter, so it's just worth bearing that in mind. And then this plugs into here and that goes into your recording device. Now in terms of the microphones themselves, I do also like the fact that the Shure has a straight line coming down from the clip over here. You can see the clip itself is pretty sturdy. It's made out of metal and it grips pretty well. It's a slightly larger profile over here, whilst the Rode one is a thinner profile, as you can see here. However, it does require a loop, so in other words you have to loop it through, and therefore makes it just a little bit uglier when it's on your shirt. So this might be again very trivial, but as I'm comparing the two microphones I just thought to mention it. Now both of them come with their little foam tips which can be removed. You just want to be careful when you're doing this, because I actually ripped the one on my Rode initially and then got a replacement, but you can see they can be removed, so in case you don't need this kind of foam tip, you can remove it altogether and use the mic on its own independently without that extra little protection. And now we get onto the most important part, the actual recording quality. Now what you can hear right now is coming from the Shure MVL. Now both microphones will be placed at the same sensitivity and will be placed via the Rode SC3 adapter to my Zoom H1N. Now in this case you can hear the MVL mic, and what I'm going to now do is play some music in the background through my bookshelf speakers. The song will be from Priya, Falling, one of my friends. Do check her out, it'll be down linked below. And so now I'm going to speak while Priya is singing in the background. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because you might have background noise and you'd like to know how the actual microphone performs. Now, it's pretty loud in the background, I should say, so I'm having to speak potentially a little bit louder, but it just should give you somewhat of an indication if you're going to be in a somewhat loud environment. And now we are using the smartLav Plus, which you can see is placed right here. Now again, you're going to be your judge for yourselves as to you can hear the differences, but what we're going to do is do the same test with Priya playing in the background, so you give you an idea of how it's going to perform with some background noise. So there you can hear now Priya in the background, and I was just quiet there so you guys can hear some of the background noise without me speaking. Again, the volume hasn't changed through my DAC or the speakers, the bookshelf speakers, or the actual recording quality through my Zoom H1N. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how the actual Rode compares with the Shure MVL. And now moving on, we're going to be testing with the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and therefore not using the SC3 adapter. This is where the microphones were originally designed for, say, smartphones. Now what I am doing to make it a fair comparison, I'm using the default recording app on my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and therefore having the microphones directly connected to my phone, and you can see it's recording there. So hopefully this will give you an idea, and now we're going to just quickly switch over to the Rode. And now we're with the Rode smartLav Plus with my Galaxy S10 Plus using the default recording app that comes with my Samsung device. So hopefully here again you'll be able to hear the differences and somewhat give you an idea of how the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus will sound with a recording via microphone. Right, so I'm outside in what I would call a somewhat rare sunny day in the UK, and I'm just walking towards you with the Shure MVL mic. This is to give you somewhat of an example of how it might sound in a little bit of the outdoor environment, specifically if there's a little bit of wind, background noise and what have you. And now we're on to the Rode mic. So there's a smartLav Plus, and so you can hear potentially the difference. Again, just trying to give you a somewhat of a real world experience of walking outside with some background noise in there. So hopefully this gives you somewhat of a comparison between the two microphones. And now we get on to my verdict, my subjective opinion. So of course you were able to hear the differences throughout this video in different scenarios, so hopefully this gives you a somewhat of a better informed buying decision. But in terms of my own subjective opinion, I do prefer the Shure on the whole. Granted, it doesn't have as a nice clip design, it doesn't come with a small little cable tie, and the case itself is not as friendly for the pocket as the Rode, but when it comes to recording quality, which is fundamentally the most important part for me, at least subjectively speaking, I will say that the Shure mic has a better mid-range and higher end tones, whilst the Rode mic slightly focuses on the lower end and therefore sounds a little bit more condensed than the Shure. Now your mileage may vary. You might prefer some qualities of the Rode mic, specifically in terms of your user application, but for me it's definitely the Shure, and I will say I'm going to be using the Rode as a somewhat of backup microphone, or if not, getting rid of it altogether, but instead I'm going to be keeping the Shure and using that throughout my reviews on TotallyEV. So as I said before in the beginning of the video, if you're interested in car-centric reviews or anything like that, or articles, do check out TotallyEV. Again, it'll be linked down in the description below. If you found this video helpful, make sure you do give it a like, subscribe and favorite and share, as it'll always help me continue doing these unbiased, unpaid, independent reviews, and in this case, a comparison. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed, take care and bye bye.